994.
9894. Me ollaan nyt täällä taistelualueella nyt mikä tää tulikonto. Me voidaan täältä lähteä, nää varmaan ne haastattelee tässä vielä vähän, mutta ehkä puolen tunnin sisällä. Ja sit voidaan lähteä tyhjistää jonnekin päin.
Liikkukaa vasemmalle.
So right now we're currently working with the Finns on their final conscript exercise, which will last for 5 days. Previously to this we were up north in Sri Lanka working with 3 Ranger on our Arctic warfare skills and drills. Yeah, so the first one's obviously just how to survive in the cold. The temperatures and the environment definitely are out to get you out here. And there's no way of just grizzing through the environment. So it's basic things like administration, and then moving on to more complex actions, actions with skis, pulks, and then different how you're going to perform reconnaissance out here in the Arctic, essentially. We sent blokes out in static positions to provide overwatch onto enemy positions and to gather information. Subsequently from that we were able to launch rocket-guided missile systems onto those high-value targets this morning. They train only for this, so they only train for this environment, where obviously being in the British Army we train for many different environments. So they're very, very well adapted to the cold, very well adapted to their TTPs. They're very relatively friendly people, however their socialist norms do differ to ours. They're quite serious in some aspects, but they are good lads. And they all want to be here. So they're all conscripts and they all want to be here. And they haven't got long left, 17 days now and counting. Stay warm. Yeah, so layer up. The layering system's massive out here. And then more than anything, it's just make sure you've got a decent warm kit and always be moving. If you're going static, get your warm kit on. Get inside somewhere or get somewhere that's warmer. Yeah, they think it's very real. So they're training entirely with Russia in mind. There is no other adversary. They're training to defend their nation and to defend their homeland. So all the areas that they're training on is areas that they will actually have to occupy to defend if the worst happens and Russia decides to invade.
It's good. It's challenging conditions. Obviously you can see it's pretty cold here. I think it's about -1, somewhere around there. But we've just done some previous training further north, and I think the highest it got, well, the lowest even, was -28. So we're a bit used to that now. We've got extra kit in order to help us with like slightly colder conditions. So yeah, it's challenging, but it's good fun. They seem to be pretty professional and well prepared is the thing I'd mainly sort of like. That's the main thing I've identified with the Finns, is that they're well prepared. So the training areas, they seem to be pretty good for what they're training to do. So the main sort of key thing is Russia, and they fight like they train mostly like defensive, and like this sort of wood blocks like that. That's everywhere around here. Yeah, they're really professional as well. So we've had a lot of interaction with them at the camp we just come from, and they're all very polite as well, like trying to trade patches and stuff like that. So yeah, they're good people. We're a bit further up north where it's colder conditions. Skis is like something that they use quite a lot, and we don't use that, so we're pretty trash when it comes to getting about on skis, a lot slower than we usually are. So they gave us some pointers on that, different sort of firing positions from skis, so lots of blokes tripping over. That was a funny day. A lot of survival stuff. We did some survival stuff, so they showed us how they'd sort of bash her up in these conditions. They'd use fires, whereas we'd try and not use that as like a sort of light signature. But obviously your survival out in like -28 comes before like anything else. So yeah, there's a lot of things we picked up from them.
what would be in our, it's not a sergeant, but one below that.
Yeah, so this is an enemy position, and that circle there is a fire mission we called in this morning in order for my guys to be able to extract from that enemy position. But you can see that this is actually about 20 kilometres to the east of here. To throw data around the battlefield really quickly, C Company 3 Rifles is an I-Star company, and that means intelligence, surveillance, targeting and reconnaissance, and which is here. And this is just great because it also allows me to put in boundary lines like the one you can see here, and the Finns have put that in, and so that's a great control measure. And immediately all of my people in the battle space, up to however many kilometres you like, have that same picture, and situational awareness is life on the battlefield.
It's going to be easy.
Yeah. What, they're meant to be bringing you something?
Yeah. Who's meant to be bringing? I haven't seen any.
No, you probably won't.
This is my scarf.
That's good with a smile, I just want to interact.
Don't worry about magazines.
In the building, back at the HQ. You got ammo yet?
Yeah. You've not been given ammo yet.
It's not going to be wooden well.
Tent, nice warm tent, just have a gamble. I'm hungry. Want some good, amazing weather.
It is, yes. It's the Zoolander one.
What's that thing when you tuck your flappy bit under your jaw called?
Too old.
No idea what blue star is.
Sorry.
Child, yeah, there we go. Couldn't tell the difference. Wouldn't be able to tell the difference between that and Magnum, would
Pretty much, definitely not what blue star is.
Okay, so C Company is deployed to Finland basically in order to learn to fight in the cold weather, but also to partner with our new brigade, Kainu Brigade. So we're going to have a training relationship with the Finns, and this is because of their fairly recent accession to NATO. We like to train with all of our NATO partners, and Finland offers this opportunity for us to fight in the cold weather, which is a really good training opportunity, and it's also good training for us at the higher levels to operate with a different army. So I think all training is essential, because coming and doing this really well-resourced exercise is actually a fairly rare opportunity for a company and for a battalion. But this is particularly essential because we are aligned to operate with Finland as 11 Brigade and as 3 Rifles, and so we must be able to fight in the environment that we're going to find ourselves in. We've done a lot of fighting in a hot weather environment, so the British Army is pretty familiar with that, but the extra challenges of operating this cold weather environment are something that we're not familiar with, and so this training opportunity is a godsend. We did some Arctic warfare training further north in the country, so within the Arctic Circle, and it was down to -28 when we were there, which is incredibly challenging just to stay alive, let alone to operate. So that was extremely good training. We've come down here and it's slightly milder, so it's between about -2 and +3 degrees, but there is snow on the ground and the snow is wet, so the lads get cold really quickly in the wet, so we have to sort of add that into our planning when we do all of our preparations. But you can only learn by doing it, so that's why we're here.
that sort of thing?
So the Arctic ration packs come, I think it's 5,000 calories in a ration pack, and I think your usual ration pack is somewhere around 3,000. So there's a lot more calories in there because your metabolism is just going at full gas the whole time just to try and generate the warmth. Just being outside, you're burning a lot of calories. So, you know, making your way through all that mashed potato is absolutely essential. They are super professional. I mean, I think this environment, the Finns are outdoorsmen and women, like, largely, and I think we're learning a lot from their ability to survive in this environment. The professionalism of their army is, in terms of the enabling functions, is right up there, and we're enjoying working with their conscript units on this exercise, who are in their final training exercise before they finish. But the service that they give throughout that conscript process, they get trained up until, you know, the end of this 6-month training period, and then they are reservists for the next, you know, 20-30 years, and so they really know that they have to learn it properly, and it's impressive to see that level of commitment.
Certainly cold. It's been a big one. It's been a big factor for us all. Getting used to that, getting used to wearing so many layers while operating. But yeah, it's been a big challenge to overcome for us guys. But yeah, we're cracking on. Yeah, up north it was a different cold that I've never experienced myself. Just a case of making sure you're keeping like thick gloves on all the time, keeping moving, because frostbite could hit within 10 minutes. So yeah, it's making sure you're keeping warm all the time. It was up to like, I think minus 28 degrees was the coldest we had. So from the Finns we've been learning a lot of getting used to these sort of conditions, because they're already all over it. So for us it's just sort of getting used to this sort of thing, operating on the ground covered in snow, which we haven't even done before. So they've just been teaching us how to survive in it, essentially, just to start off with, till we can properly operate in it. But we're getting there. Very impressive, because obviously it's been only reservists and conscripts we've been working with. And we're a full-time regular, but for the time that they've served, their performance is fantastic. Like, you can go up to any of them with any questions you need, and yeah, they can answer and sort us out with what we need. 100%, massively. We did an ice dip while we were up north, and one of the Finns, he went into the ice dip, remained in there for 5 minutes talking to us about how it was, and then all the rest of us spent 30 seconds in there, and we're in a different state we've never been in before. Everyone was pretty bad with it, but yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah, threat from neighbours is a big one. It's mainly why we're out here also, but it's a big talking point for the Finns, and I think it's a very high level threat and could be around the corner, who knows.
Yeah, so Finland has recently joined NATO in the last couple of years. This is the first cold weather exercise. We're getting to know them and learn to survive and operate in a cold weather environment.
And what sort of things are you learning from the Finns here?
So we were up north in Sledangia. That was a survival stage, and yeah, it was pretty tough. Minus 28, 26, 24, sort of those. A lot different than where we are now. But working with little equipment, them teaching us how to survive with no equipment and how to operate in an Arctic environment. Well, the Finns are a lot different to us. They only train for that neighbour. So as we've come out here, and we like to learn in different environments so we can go around the world and operate wherever we're needed, really. They only look towards Russia, so I think they're well capable. Everything's likely. However, I think now that they've joined NATO, it's probably less likely. I think everyone's different. Obviously, everyone's got a bit more salt in them, I suppose. Obviously, being a northerner, I'd like to think that I've done a lot better than other people, but yeah, everyone's the same. There's a flu-like symptom going around the lads at the minute, so people are struggling. So I'd say they're all quite professional, you know. It's kind of like a rite of passage for them. Their training isn't obviously up to our standard. I feel like they get a sort of a base level, and then if they're needed, I don't know where it goes from there, but the Finns running the exercise, they're all regular serving, and everyone seems very professional, very friendly as well, I'd say. Oh yeah, the amount of infrastructure and capabilities that they do have on this exercise. I haven't seen it from any exercise I've been on in probably the last 15 years.
It's not really a, you know, it's a duty here. It's not my choice really, but I think it's my duty to protect the country. So I don't know, this is a good country to live, so it's something you have to protect. And I have my better half and 3-month-old boy back home, so I think that's something to protect.
Well, I think it's good that we have like defense forces and women can also join them, because I think it's important that everyone who can defend our country if it's gonna happen, if war is gonna come.
Of course we follow very carefully. There has been a change how they behave, how they act, how they speak. Of course we have the history, we understand what it can be, and in a military sense it's a thing that we have to make sure that we understand what the changes are and where they are heading.